Thank you for joining us tonight at 5:30 on THV 11 out in the Weather Garden. I'm Sarah Horbacewicz here with Corrales Ortiz, both dressed in very spring colors, no jackets in sight.
It felt a little bit like springish today.
Yeah,
it was a lot more mild. It was a quiet weekend overall. We've been just gradually warming up. That's going to be the trend into the new week. We'll start to see a few changes. This is what we're seeing right now outside. It is a little bit cloudy out here. It's still pretty mild. Temperature sitting in the upper 50s, a little bit of a light breeze coming in, and we're going to continue to see the winds increase into the overnight hours. But here's a look at that hour by hour forecast. Just an overall quiet night. It's going to be cloudy. Temperatures are going to be slowly dropping, staying mainly in the low 50s. We could see even a stray shower or two in the late overnight hours heading into your Monday. Winds are going to be coming in from the south. We could see some gusty conditions by tomorrow afternoon. Rain chances also increasing, not expecting to be widespread. Most of us expect it to be quiet and cloudy for our Monday, but we have better chances of rain in the forecast as we head further into the new week. I'll have more details on that coming up.
Right now, police in Benton are investigating a hit and run that killed a 13-year-old. Benton PD say that they responded to a call for an unresponsive black teen. That was just before 7 a.m. this morning. He was found near the I-30 eastbound and the Alcoa Road exit. Authorities believe that the teen was hit before daybreak by a black Nissan Pathfinder. Officers say the vehicle has passenger side damage. If you know anything about this incident, you're asked to contact Benton Police. Questions surrounding the Biden administration about the classified documents that were discovered over the last few weeks continue to grow. Christian Benavides has the latest from Miami.
Any more classified documents?
Heading home to Delaware Sunday, President Biden didn't answer questions about the discovery of classified documents at his private residence there and a former Washington, D.C. office. James Comer, the newly appointed Republican chairman of the House Oversight Committee, sent a letter Sunday to the White House Chief of Staff saying, in part, given the serious national security implications, the White House must provide the Wilmington residence's visitor log.
What we see with President Biden is there are multiple locations. We would never have known about the possession of the classified documents were it not for investigative reporting by CBS that somehow got a leak to determine that this had happened prior to the election. So the administration hasn't been transparent.
Following the initial discovery of documents at the D.C.-based Penn Biden Center, additional documents were found at the president's private home, including the garage and another area.
We don't have any indication that President Biden knew about them. He certainly has demonstrated no intent to deceive or obstruct the government by keeping them, and that's in direct contrast to President Trump, who refused to cooperate.
If these documents were available for a long period of time in such an open environment as a garage, for heaven's sakes, now I understand the garage was locked, as the president made a point, but still they were available.
Utah Republican Congressman Chris Stewart says the House Intelligence Committee will receive more information from the Director of National Intelligence about the documents within the next few weeks. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
Tomorrow is the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, but celebrations across the state have already kicked off this weekend. Last night, the Arkansas MLK Council hosted author, activist, and educator Dr. Cornel West for King holiday celebrations in Northwest Arkansas. The event returning for the first time since the pandemic. Hundreds of people came together to continue Dr. King's tradition of serving their community. Attendees also enjoyed a night of entertainment, a presentation of scholarships, and a fireside chat with West King. Celebrations didn't end there. In the morning, the MLK Council will host a Freedom March, and Dr. West hopes to be a part of that.
If I'm in my right mind, I'll be marching on Monday with my dear sister and the others, both for Martin, but also for the long caravan of love of the Black freedom struggle as concerned with all human beings.
Dr. West also wants the younger generation to continue to carry out Dr. King's legacy and tradition. And right here in Little Rock, preparations are already underway for tomorrow. The Arkansas MLK Commission has their own event to distribute food, but there's something else they're looking to share, and that's Dr. King's message of service. THV 11's Ian Russell has more.
It's been over 50 years since Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. died, and even though it has been such a long time, the Arkansas MLK Commission isn't letting his ideas or his message get lost to history.
I will agree that we are quite busy.
Many of us take Sunday as a day to relax. For Diana Shelton, though, Sunday is all hands on deck.
And normally I would definitely say no to working on Sunday, but we definitely, in preparation, we do not stop.
That's because they're looking ahead to Monday. Martin Luther King Day is something you may just think of as a holiday in January. For Shelton and the rest of the Arkansas MLK Commission, it's their biggest day of the year.
We are but one agency, and so we have to encourage those in other communities to get out and just help and do their part as we do ours.
That work is easy to spot. The walls of the commission are currently stacked with food as they prepare for a food giveaway on Monday, but they do work year-round. Hard work and service has been their mission for 30 years now.
We make our world a better place by coming together and uniting and reaching out to our brothers and sisters in the human race, and to, like I said, to just be better people in our world.
And it's those ideals that they take directly from Dr. King. Even though more than 50 years have passed since his death, for Shelton, those ideas are still present.
It's not a day off, it's a day on for us.
And while Monday is just a day of the week, it represents so much more. A chance to honor and reflect on the life of an icon and keep the legacy he leaves behind going strong.
Everyone can be great, because everyone can serve. Serving others doesn't mean you have to host a large day of service. It just means that whatever's in your heart to give that thing and make that impact.
In Little Rock, Ian Russell, THV 11 News.
And as Ian mentioned, that food giveaway starts tomorrow at 11 a.m. at the MLK Commission's building. They're located at the corner of 9th and Broadway. And there are even more events scheduled for the King holiday tomorrow in Central Arkansas. The Little Rock NAACP's annual parade kicks off at 10 a.m. at Interstate Park and continues down MLK to the steps of the state capitol. For a full list of King holiday events around the state, you can just visit our website at thv11.com. Now, if you have a furry friend, you may have noticed it's getting harder to find a vet. Just ahead, we talk about Arkansas veterinarians and the help that's on the way. But first, let's check in with Corral Ortiz to see what's happening with our forecast. Maybe if you're heading out on that dog walk, Corral.
You might just need to have the rain gear handy for tomorrow. We do have better rain chances though later into the week. I'll let you know what days have the best chance of seeing some rain in the forecast with more details coming up.